Welcome to DevOps Accents, a podcast on everything around DevOps, public cloud, and cloud-native topics, with your hosts, Pablo, Leo, and Kirill.
Hello and welcome to another episode of DevOps Accents, a podcast where we, the co-founders of MKDev, get together to discuss all things around DevOps, cloud-native technologies, AI, data, and everything that get into our attention. Today we are together, Kirill, Pablo, and I. Hi guys, welcome.
You speak super fast today, no?
Oh, I learned this intro. Like, if you wake me up in the middle of the night, hello and welcome to another episode of DevOps Accent.
It's episode number 30, round number.
Yeah, it's our anniversary, and another anniversary we're celebrating today is 4K subscribers at our YouTube channel. So go celebrate it with us, increase the number of subscribers even more, give us likes, give us subscribes. We are very happy to see bigger numbers, make us proud. And also I want to give you a short brief announcement of what new things happened lately. We released another video on our YouTube channel, a famous YouTube channel, and it's video from Kirill about AWS, like whether you should or should not using reserved instances, and if even they are right for you. So go check it now if you haven't yet. Also, don't forget to get subscribed to our MKDev Dispatch newsletter, where we, on a bi-weekly manner, share our thoughts with everything that we read throughout 2 weeks span, or how do you call it, fortnight span, whatever.
No, Fortnite is a video game.
No, Fortnite is the term, like for a period of 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, but yeah, it's a video game. But I always wondered why it's called Fortnite, because I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, guys, how you've been lately?
Good, I think so, It's February, second month of the year, so I think we're okay.
Yeah, and we already very busy. It's almost like everybody woke up from this holiday celebration dream, and they started, we need to work, like it's everything so urgent.
I have a question for you too. Because in my Twitter algorithm, there were lots of tweets about, or lots of access about that January was going on forever. Like lots of people complain that it's like, fuck, it's only January 29th, it feels like January 217th. And I couldn't get it because for me it was just a normal month. It was like January, not particularly, it did not feel like a long month. Was it the same for you, or did you have this feeling of infinite January?
My Twitter, it was full of these Vision glasses from Google. It's the only thing that I receive every 5 seconds. A guy walking on the street with these glasses is the only thing that I can see.
No, I meant like, did you have this feeling that January was going on forever? Because it seems like lots of people had this feeling, or lots of people on Twitter.
Not for me.
Personally, I didn't. Since the year started, I always feel like I don't have enough time to anything, and when I wake up, I wake up with this sense of urgency and panic, like it's already January 29th and whatever, and I didn't do anything. Oh my god, I need to hurry. So no, I'd be glad if I had this feeling, but I didn't.
Not for me either. I don't have this feeling.
So it was just a subset of the X users.
Could be that.
Probably it's like an entire different ecosystem, especially since 6 months, because a lot of things has changed there. And I start noticing this, that the conversation that I often see there are kind of different and not the same that they were before. And attitudes switched to a different, I don't know, it's polarized differently today. And the thing that come in trends, not as before. Before I remember, like my Twitter was almost anything about K-pop, some politics issues, and that's it. today it feels different for me. And I'm kind of excited about the way how it changes so quickly. And like almost every week, I have this notification like introducing this to X or that to X. It's almost anything of this is unavailable for the free account, but okay, it's I see it's expanding and growing. It is nice. It is nice to see something new anyway, like because we like new technologies. We like how something changes. You won't like, guys, yeah, we adore ChatGPT. We use it every day, and looking how it evolves, it's nice. Looking how X evolves is nice too. And I also witnessed this explosion of things and memes and jokes since first when Apple announced their new Vision Pro tool, and everybody was like, "What the fuck is this? Why do you need this? Like you feel like a fish in a tank. Why do you need this device? Another useless." The VR that cannot be used for gaming because it's too expensive and no games there. Why do you need this? It's VR, but it works like AR. What is that? And then when it was released, it was another explosion of memes. How people are actually using this and using this in a way no one predicted, because when something new appears, it first appears on YouTube channel from the influencers. They testing it, using it, and telling you how it feels. But with this tool, most of the examples that I see are from outside world. Like, hey, I spotted a guy wearing Apple Vision Pro on the street.
But you don't think that this is paid too? Because first, all the influencers has been paid.
Well, I didn't think that.
All the influencer has been paid, one by one after the other. Come on, this is the marketing campaign. So you're talking about Apple.
So are you telling me that this guy sitting in the subway and pinching the air wearing his Apple Vision Pro, it's paid?
But come on, we are in 2024. You are selling everything. Everything is marketing. What is the best marketing? The worst marketing that you can do is a guy and advertise on TV telling, oh, how cool is this thing? The best one is an advertisement for a person that you're not waiting for. It's an advertisement from a YouTuber, from a guy on the street. This is the best advertisement. Of course that this is the best one. And if you pay those, and nobody knows that you pay those for sure, then you have the best publicity ever.
Okay, I'm probably too naive.
Because even you think that this is not paid. Because, come on, we're talking about the biggest company in the planet Earth, the second biggest, the third biggest company in the planet Earth. Do you think that they don't have a marketing campaign to put on land one of the most expensive products ever in the land? Because I think it's the most expensive product for Apple ever, no? Maybe I'm wrong. No? Okay, they have laptops and yes, it's true.
Kirill is waving. For those who are listening to us, Kirill is waving his head. He's disagree.
give time now to the lover of Apple.
No, I mean they have computers after around 10K as well. So
yes,
they have a TV screen for 5K. Not TV screen, but this professional studio displays they have. So it's not the most expensive.
How much does it cost? 3K? 3K or something?
It's 3.5K. Yeah.
3.5K. Oh my god.
Which they report so far that they sold 200,000 of those
already,
which is crazy to me.
Yes, but already they sold those. So, and why? Because they have a very good marketing campaign that is not based in TV advertisement like in the 80s.
But in this case, that's pre-orders. So that was before all the YouTube videos were published.
Kirill, it's Apple. There are a lot of people talking about the glasses before that.
Yeah, for sure.
There are thousands of people making noise of that. And the people is paid for that. What does not mean that there are bad glasses. I am not telling that there are bad glasses. Even I never try those glasses. What I'm telling is that they know what they are doing and they know how they are doing the thing.
Yeah, for sure. But for me, it's crazy that there were enough people, like there were 200,000 people pre-ordering this. That for me was unexpected. I expected way less numbers pre-ordering it, because for sure there is a marketing campaign around this, but it's not a $500 product. So that's $500 million of pre-orders for this completely new type of device.
700 millions but at the end is 700 millions in glasses in a company that is selling how much? 300 billions? 400 billions per year, something like that?
Yes, for sure. But that's still way more than at least I anticipated.
I think this is way more than they anticipated.
How many pre-orders were of the first Apple Watch or the iPad or the iPhone, which cost way less than this?
What was the cost of the Quest 2? Because I never know.
Quest 3 cost 500.
500. So it's 7 times more expensive. Wow.
And I think now Quest 3 sales will go up a lot because of Vision Pro. Because I think from what I observe right now, not only from the YouTube reviews, etc., which are, of course, okay, they paid in a way that Apple sends them the hardware in advance. So every YouTube reviewer gets the hardware in advance, except a couple of them which intentionally buy on their own. But most of them got the device like 1 month ago, which is the same process for hardware, video games, movies, etc. Well, movies probably not. And for me, it's crazy that I was afraid that Apple won't make it, but apparently they did make it. And what I mean by this is that Vision Pro is not going to be an iPhone. Like this device, they will not sell like 200 million of this. But what they did is that finally a bigger group of people realized where this is moving and what kind of the next big consumer device will be. Not right now, because now for 3,500 it's going to be early adopters, like with the first iPhone, with the first iPad, with the first Apple Watch. But now there's this realization moment for many that, now that's going to be the future of computing. Or at least it will be as important as laptop in 3-5 years. For sure, there are like many flaws in this device, but there are many more cool things in this device than in the first iPad, for example, or in the first Apple Watch.
But for me, it's okay. For me, maybe it's me. It's sad that, because I remember when I saw the first mobile, and it's something that you have here in your hand, and then you can put in your pocket, and then you deactivate it, or you activate it when you want, and you check. And nobody never thought that everyone is going to be with the mobile all the time, like fucking paranoid, like I am possessed and going to be all of us 16 hours per day with the mobile, thing like that. You're in a dinner and everyone is with the mobile on the table. Nobody was thinking about that when the mobiles appeared. So it was something that it was created, but nobody thought that it was going to be the biggest drug ever in the history of the planet Earth. And all of us, we are consuming this drug daily. So all of us, we are consuming X.com, Twitter, we are consuming Instagram, we are consuming TikTok, we are consuming news, we are opening we don't know how to do things if we are not using a mobile these days. But this is something that when I saw, I said, come on, you don't imagine that ever. But now when you see these glasses, and when you see those videos with the stupid guys walking on the street with these glasses, man, I only want to go and slap this guy. Really, it's the only thing that I want to do. Or when you see these other videos of 3 stupid YouTubers or streamers or whatever doing a dinner,
Yes,
with all of them with the glasses,
sitting at the table and both wearing the helmets.
Really,
Sets.
I don't want to slap them. I want to punch them because you're stupid. Why do you do that? It's like, if you don't want to be in this dinner, you don't need to go to the dinner. But you don't need to go with the glasses. Oh, the other guy who was arrested, the first one, no, because he was driving with the glasses. And for sure that there is a disclaimer from Apple. You are not allowed to.
I also saw a video, a guy who's a professional poker player, and he's sitting at the table wearing this headset. And okay, I have this table math. I'm doing my math here. I'm tracking my statistic on this screen, and he describes what he sees, and then he's ready to play and earn money and be at the top of the world. And then security enters. Okay, no, guy, you shouldn't wear this cheating device while playing poker at casino. Please leave. This is funny and stupid. And after you said that, Pablo, earlier, that those probably marketing campaign, because I tend to agree with you. because what Apple does throughout the history of their product as they reinventing the way how we use things. When they introduced how was it called, iPod, we knew that MP3 player existed, CD player existed, but they reinvented the way how we listen to the music. Then then when smartphones were already a thing, they introduced iPhone and they reinvented the way how we use smartphones. They did the same with Apple MacBook Air, and they reinvented the way how we use laptop on the go, and now they're doing the same with VR headsets. Because, and Kirill, you will probably be able to add to my point as active Quest user, because for me, VR sets was always for gaming or watching video or some quirky, stupid things. And in some professional area, it probably were used by some very specific and very technical guys, technical professional who are inventing some deep technical things or making surgeries, and it helped them more like augmented reality rather than virtual reality. But with Apple Vision Pro, we now essentially have the thing that you can always have your tool at your hand, okay? And to me, this is reinvents the way how we use it, because we can basically replace our displays. We can have desktops without the screen, because why would we need that if with Apple headset we can have unlimited size screen, basically just connected to whatever device. There is already this thing that clones your MacBook screen to a bigger device, and you can put your headset on and see in this augmented reality your giant screen, and you can zoom in them out to whatever size you like and use it this way. And I already can imagine that I can imagine myself sitting at my desktop, and instead of turning on my monitor, I will put on headset, and I will be able to see everything around me. And I didn't think about it before. I saw it on the presentation. I saw this how the influencers, they've been reviewing the device, and they've been demonstrating how they use it. And to me, this is kind of convincing. But at this time, I don't think it's very comfortable to wear because it's too heavy. They need to change things a little bit. And I wanted to ask you, Kirill, as Quest user, is it possible, like today, to use it to anything rather than gaming or movie watching, to use it in a similar way as Apple Pro introduced?
I'm going to give like a very long answer. First of all, I want to circle back on this people wearing Vision Pro outside, because for sure that's a stupid thing to do, like with any VR helmet right now. But I could never imagine that already in 2024 we will actually see people using a VR helmet outside, because you never saw it before. And the reason people are, because there is this guy, Casey, I forgot his last name, but he's like one of the first YouTubers in general. He was conducting an experiment. He spent the whole day in New York wearing this device outside. And he said by the end of the day, his brain started forgetting that he's watching through because there is no glass, right? What you see in the glasses is basically the stream from the cameras. Because the picture fidelity in these glasses, there are 7 more in one iPhone pixel, and the iPhone screens are amazing, or any smartphone. There are 7 Vision Pro pixels. So the fidelity in these glasses, and it's something hard to understand from the YouTube videos, and like I really would like to see how it looks in reality, is so good that it's comfortable enough to wear it outside. I can never imagine anyone to put on the Quest 2 or 3 even, or Quest Pro being outside and doing anything with this. So for me, this part is already crazy. I did not expect that, especially after first reviews telling that how heavy this thing is. And on the way, Vision Pro is heavy because if you use it with this fancy, like how it's called, like knit band, and I found a very good explanation why they did it, because if you put on Quest 2, I'm not sure Quest 3, I think is the same, on your head, and probably tried it. It's a fucking adventure to put this thing on. You have you have a strap on top of your head, you have a strap around you, and then you have to tighten it, like to make sure that the glasses are close enough for you without any space. And Apple here, like, they really spent lots of time thinking how to make it properly. And for sure, it's now still heavy, but you just put it on like glasses. You spend like 1 second, and that's it. You wear this thing on your head, which is already one of the things that Apple just took what was there before and just reinvented. And they put this as a stupid strap as well, which messes your hair, and then it's not heavy. But lots of people will probably still use the fancy one and train their neck. But coming back to the question, for me, Quest 2 personally was the moment which I think like most people realize now. But for me, Quest 2 was this device where I realized that, fuck, like really the future of many things we do with computers is in this kind of devices. Because for many, many years, you look at these VR helmets and you see there is a helmet, which is like whatever, 200 kilograms on your head. Then you have a wire to your desktop PC. And sometimes this wire is over your head, so you have to put like all the things on the ceiling and on the walls, because then you're like in a Matrix movie with all the wires from your head everywhere. And what Quest did, the first version, is that you just put the helmet on your head. That's it. There is nothing else. That's the whole device. And then Quest 2 is the same, but the better hardware, and Quest 3 is even better hardware with a better picture. And now even Quest 3, the picture quality is not as good for you to be completely immersed. And that's why Vision Pro is so impressive, because you have 4K per eye. I was like explaining this to Pablo before, that it's crazy impressive that you have now, without any extra wires, except the stupid blood pack or battery pack, you have 4K per eye. And the hardware manages to do this. And with the Quest 3, if you look at because Quest 2 is still a toy, you can play lots of simple games, but there is never a moment that you will never be able to be in this thing for more than 40 minutes. You can play some games, but because of the picture quality, and picture quality is the big thing here, you cannot enjoy the movie, for example, because like your TV still gives you the better picture than the Quest 2, and I think Quest 3 as well. But now with all this pass-through improvements in Quest 3, etc., you can do many, many more things. And with this superior, because the reason Apple's Vision Pro is so expensive, if you look at the components inside, it's crazy how much of everything they packed into this device to make it work. Like you have like M2 chip, you have another chip for the AR, you have like 20 cameras. And thanks to all of this hardware, it unlocks all these use cases that you were talking about. You can also do these things with the Quest 3. There was a demo of a guy like washing dishes and watching YouTube. Or there is like famous Quest 3 demo of people learning how to play piano. Now there is a similar thing for the Vision Pro, is that you have a real physical piano in front of you. And then you put on the helmet, and then thanks to AR, on top of this physical keys, there is a virtual projection, which is like Guitar Hero game, if you know this one, that you know where to press, and then you can learn to play piano in this thing.
Yeah.
And that was something like this was simply impossible 5 years ago, because you need, it's not only cameras that you need cameras with this distance sensors. You have basically need to have like a radar, or like it's called LiDAR, I think, and many of them. Plus you need this video camera to be in a very high resolution. Plus you need the hardware that is able to get feed from this camera, more or less like 4K video feed, plus all the depth data from these cameras to be translated to the screen in front of you. And then on top of this, you have some applications that you still need to run and in real time process everything you see. And for example, project the virtual piano on top of the real piano. And that's what was this big thing about Vision Pro, is that finally after 10 years, because you see that Apple was preparing for this for 10 years. If you look at these demos of when they take an iPad and they say, like 5 years ago, I think, oh, look, in this new iPad, this iPad is so powerful that it has this LiDAR cameras with the depth sensor So now you can go with your iPad around the table and you can see a Lego house on the table, and you can bring your iPad closer to the Lego house and you can see what happens inside. And people will wish, like, but that's stupid. I don't need AR in my iPad or my phone. There's like no use case. But for sure, and I think they knew there is no use case, and probably like lots of people at Apple were embarrassed as well by these demos.
And that means they were preparing Vision Pro in the labs.
And every if you remember, for many years, every keynote they would say something about AR, like, okay, now iPhone has an AR camera. Now you can point with your iPhone on the floor and you can see an IKEA table. And again, come on, that's stupid. I cannot feel this table visually. And now when they release Vision Pro, it's like, okay, now it makes sense. Like, for all these years, with the custom chips, with the custom cameras, with the AR stuff, with the software hardware, they were preparing for this release. That now you can finally do so many things in the device like this, including like what Leo said about the desktop. I don't need to, and they were also talking about this in presentation, like, you don't imagine if you need like a computer with the external screen, and then computer costs like $1.5K, the good one, and then the external screen is another 500 to 800 plus all the cables, etc. And here you have one device, you put it on, you tune out the surroundings, because I think what's cool about this working mode is that you're completely focused. You don't have like, the light from the windows. You can just put 5 screens around you and work like this.
It's true. It's true that
I just imagined. I'm sorry, Pablo. I will interrupt. I just imagined, because the image that Vision Pro generates, it's something that it sees from the cameras, and I can imagine that it generates the image of my room, and I can disable anyone who enters my room and not hear them. Even like my kids, my wife comes in, and I don't hear them. I don't see them. I'm focused on the work. Anything can may happen around me, and I won't be able to see it or hear it. I put this background of the moon, and I'm focused. This is awesome. You can build your own.
Yeah, but remember COVID times when lots of people realize they have to work at home, and their apartment is not ready for working at home. You are working for 2 years from the same room where you used to like watch TV, eat, sleep, etc. But now with this kind of device, you're in a different dimension.
But we're crazy. To see what you are telling, Kirill. So I think that the people is having orgasms with that, and having sex, thinking about these glasses. But what the people is telling is, sorry to say that, is stupid. Come on, please. It's the fucking glasses that you need to put in your head. At the end, first, you are losing vision because you have something, a camera super close to you. What your eye is watching is something like 2 centimeters. So it's very bad for the eyes, first. It's something heavy, only 2 hours of battery. It's something that I can imagine that could work if tomorrow there is a device who is doing in something like all these things that you can see with the glasses is remotely, you can see on the real time, something like something real that you have here that you can touch. But in this way, I don't think that the people is going to be with these heavy glasses.
For sure, but that's the whole point, because that's the worst ever Vision Pro Apple will ever make.
No, but you don't. But this is the point one. But the point two for me is how the people could be excited with the idea that they are not going to be with people. So I am going to close everything, and if everyone appears, so I live in a city house, I have in a fucking green apartment, but I'm super cool because I can press a button, and then I'm thinking that I'm living in a paradise island. Come on, you can go to live a paradise island. You don't need to have a 3D glasses or VR glasses or stupid glasses. Sorry, I am completely against these glasses because everything that is bringing to the society is something like for me, it's like the worst thing that could happen in this century. So why we need something like that?
Yeah, I agree. It kind of smells dystopian future. I can agree with that. It separates the society to those who like have it, those who don't have it, and those who have it, they will sit in their own world that they created around them without interacting with other people, or at best they will be interacting with their 3D avatars that they are connected through FaceTime, and that's it. They won't be able to communicate directly. That's dystopian future, but I kind of don't think this will happen at a larger scale. Because okay, I think
How many people has a mobile, Leo? Everyone has a mobile. Everyone is now at the level of dystopia. Everyone is crazy with the mobiles. Imagine now with the VR glasses, not made by only Apple, made by every company. Because now the problem is that everyone said, okay,
this will happen.
this is going to work. So I need, because I can imagine the board meetings these days. We need a glasses. We need to make a VR glasses. And everyone, imagine Samsung, they need to make a VR glasses. All the companies, they need to have a VR glasses. And I can imagine that, okay, but we spent 200 million in artificial intelligence. And now you're telling to me that I need to spend another 200 in VR. So you need to take a decision. So, but the problem with that is that we are creating objects that are not making us better. We are creating objects that made the companies riches. So because these VR glasses are not making better humans, not at all, are enclosing us in something little, in our bubble, that even, I watched a video that a guy was in a car and he said, look. And then he collapsed the noise and there is no noise. There is no noise of the car. And now the lady who was driving disappeared because now he was in another place and he was watching a movie. So I don't want to live in a world when a person is in front of me and you think that you're talking to him or to her, and this person is now watching a movie or disappearing from my presence,
The cloud tech industry is evolving so fast. Do you keep up with it by improving your skills or upskilling your team? At MKDev, we offer a variety of workshops for just that, from the basics to expert knowledge. Before delivering our workshops and training sessions, we carry out a detailed assessment of each participant. To make sure the workshop is helpful for you and your team, we will add more content to it or throw out what you already know. Or we create a custom workshop specifically for the needs of your team and the specifics of your project.
But with the mobile, you're focusing on all the negatives, and for sure there will be people the only difference now is that we already have these discussions and everyone has this discussion about the negative impact, because when the mobile appeared, no one predicted what happens now. With vision, with the helmets, we already discussed it right now. And I think
because we know what could happen.
Yeah, and it will happen for sure. There will be people who will get addicted. There are now teenagers who spend 12 hours a day scrolling Instagram. But there are also many positive things about it and many use cases. And that's the difference again with the Apple Watch, with the iPad, is that when they really, still to this day, when you think about iPad, there's one really good use case is for people who draw. It's incredible device, and that's it. Otherwise, it's explain me why buy iPad, what can it do, what computer cannot do, or what I cannot do on the iPhone. Same with the watch, especially if you remember the first Apple Watch did not show time. It was it took them 5 years to start showing time. It was just a black screen. But here with this VR stuff and the AR stuff, you actually see completely new use cases that were just impossible before. The piano thing and all the education you can do with these kind of devices, all the engineering stuff, when you need to understand how something works, if you need to fix something, you have this incredible assistant on your head that was just you cannot do it with your phone. If you need to repair, if you need to assemble furniture, if you need to repair the dishwasher, in these glasses, it's a completely different experience.
I'm with you, but for example, my kids has a piano teacher, and this lady showed to them how to play piano. Beethoven, he learned how to play piano without the glasses. Chopin, many people learn how to play piano without these glasses.
Sure, but there are many people who cannot afford a teacher, for example.
And how many people can afford the glasses? So come on, it's the same. So if you can afford the glasses,
it's not the same.
You can afford the piano teacher.
No. The difference is that these glasses right now, again, is the very first, the most flawed glasses Apple will ever make. And the direction it moves, there will be way cheaper glasses with the same technology in a few years.
I understand that, but there are many points that you can say. But the points to use the glasses at the end is really something that is not needed. We can say the word cool is cool, but it's not needed. The humanity is not going to change or is going to advance because of these glasses. Not at all. We are going to do the same thing with or without the glasses. So if we made two words, one line of the word without the glasses and one line the word with the glasses, It's not that the one without the glasses is going to explode, or we are going to be attacked by Martians, or nothing like that is going to happen.
For sure. There is also a world without mobile phones and without computers.
But without computers, it's different. For example, in the case of computer, because the computation, it really changed the world completely. The computation changed. We are now talking each other is something that it was fantastic when I was a kid. I was imagining these video conferences, because the people was telling, no, we are going to talk, and it's not going to be a cell phone call, a landline phone. It's going to be something like that. And we're doing that now daily, and it's not magical, it's something normal. But the difference is with that is that I am not enclosed in an environment.
But again, you will not be enclosed in an environment in 5-10 years from now, because you need to see where it moves, not where it is right now.
But okay, yes, but I give you my opinion, and really, I hate those glasses. I hate what Apple is doing, and really, I hate
but
these
if you hate, you hate. There is it's hard to discuss if you just hate. Because for me right now, the coolest thing in the current iteration is all the professional use cases. I've been watching the interview with Leo, maybe you watched it too, with one of the art directors of the big Hollywood studios. And he was doing this without Vision Pro. He was doing this, I think, with Quest 3. And he was showing, because part of his job is that first he draws the characters. For example, he works for the series on Star Wars. But then one of the next steps is that he creates a 3D model, which is then used in the movie. And he was showing how he used to work on the computer, regular with the mouse, etc. And then he showed his workflow in the VR. He was telling that it's completely whole different new level of productivity, because he puts on the glass and he sees and he sculpts basically this 3D model as part of his job. And that would be impossible for him to do just like this, because he can actually rotate and see it closely and create this. And even he can test it full size, so he can just scale it to the size of his apartment and look at it from every angle. So things like this for regular user, and this is not priced as the regular user, the model for mass consumer will come again in 2-3 years.
The reason why they called it Vision Pro, they didn't release Apple Vision. They released Vision Pro first for the professional to test it, and to basically they are beta testers. And based on their feedback on how they use and use cases, they will be able to create Apple Vision for us, everyday users, that without risking our eyes, without risking our neck because it's too heavy, and make it more comfortable with a larger battery. This is just a first version, not a prototype. It's a working and good project, but it's a first iteration. And getting back to what Pablo, what you said about you hate it because for many reasons. I remember, I don't remember where I read about it, but there was a guy, Plato, right, ancient Greek philosopher, and he was writing a note about Socrates' concerns about invention of books and how books become more and more accessible and widespread, because he was concerned that the younger generation won't be able to memorize a lot of things and be clever, because now they don't need to memorize things. They can open a book and read it there. And nothing has changed since then. Because the same concerns when the TV appeared, the same concerns when the internet appears, with phones, and now you're basically repeating.
But this is not valid, Is we say now, okay, we invented something that is valid to watch porn for kids of 6 years old. No, but okay, everyone concerned every time that we invented something. No, man. So this is not valid. So I understand the use of these kind of glasses, for example, in a professional use. It might indicate that Kirill was telling, of course. But the problem is that it's made by Apple, and Apple is only the only line of life of Apple is to make money. They are in the planet Earth to make money, nothing else. So, and to make money, they need to sell thousands. If this is not made by Apple, it's made by a little German company with 200 employees, I say, okay, it's cool. It's going to be used by everyone in the, everyone who is making movies, everyone that, for example, a guy who is making a building, an architect, that he needs to put the glasses and to understand, what are the pillars and the pressure and all the lines, I understand that. They say, okay, it's cool because it's something like a professional thing that the guy is putting there, is using that for this professional moment and then take it out. But the problem is that this is not for that. It's something created to live out the world. So the idea is, I am going to, in the version 1, I have an option to close the sound, close my, I don't want to see my kids and my wife. Everyone is going to disappear and I'm going to be here. So doing what I want. And for me, it's the same stupid thing like the meta, this metaverse world. Now, the thing is that you can put together this metaverse with these glasses and you can do something even better, more stupid. So, but okay, for it's what I don't like. But I am not telling that it's not economical good thing. It's going to make a lot of money for Apple. They're going to, if you have stocks in Apple, you need to be happy because they're going to make money in the next 5-10 years because they created something new. But maybe it's because I have kids. But for the society that I live in to my kids, I think that this is not good. It's the worst thing that could happen, and happen in 2024.
I think you have a very strange use case, because you don't have to shut down, to tune off your kids and wives. But if you're alone, flying 12 hours on a plane, I think it's fucking amazing to have something like Vision Pro instead of your iPhone to watch movie. And that's actually one of the advertisements they also started doing now. Because, come on, there are many cases where you would prefer to have a big screen and just enjoy the movie and not sit like this and watch on your small phone or put your laptop like this and watch a movie. For sure, if there are stupid people who will use it not to be with their families, these people will also do it right now with their mobile phones, or they will also just leave the house or do whatever other thing. It all varies human from human. Same as mobile phone addiction varies human from human. Someone use phone as a tool, someone use phone as the addiction device.
Kirill, completely with you that there are many moments where you can say, okay, how cool is to have something like that? But the problem is that even when the people invented the guns, it was only to defend one against the other, not to kill people. When everything was invented, I think that not everything was invented with a bad idea. But when you see that, you don't need to spend 5 minutes thinking, wow, this is going to be a fucking disaster. So it's not something that you need to, okay, we never thought about that. Oh, sorry, humanity. You see what happened? Sorry. You are now. There is a super famous sort in a Simpson episode that everyone says 5 years later, and then everyone appear with a glasses like that, and everyone are walking on the street with these glasses, and this is made something like 10-15 years ago, and it's something that is going to happen because I know how the people is these days, how stupid is the people, and the people love what the people love. And you only need to have an influencer to tell this is cool, to everyone says this is cool. And as soon as they are able to pay 300 influencer, they will be able to influence another influencer. And at the end, there will be thousands of millions of people, not thousands of millions, but millions of people wanted to have those glasses. And it's going to happen for sure. And this is going to be a disaster. A society disaster, no economical disaster.
Well, we will see about that.
My brother was telling to me the other day that he has a kid of 15 years old. And when they want to go out, so imagine my nephew, he's in some place, imagine with my brother, and said, okay, I'm going to meet my friends. When I was a kid, when I said, I'm going to meet my friends, I used to go to whatever place, whatever square, whatever place in the city, and we are together and we talk together. They don't do that now. They go home. When they say, we're going to meet my friends, all of a sudden they go home. They open the whatever game and they put the headphones and they start to play. So the way to meet your friends is to play a video game, everyone in their own house. I don't want to leave this world. Sorry.
This is a very, very good thing because I play video games like this because my friends are in other countries. So it's an amazing thing.
I don't like that for my kids. I prefer them to be out and playing basketball, football, running and doing whatever it is.
Yeah, but if they will have a friend living in another country, what can they do? Fly to play basketball?
They need to make another friends. So sorry, is my point of view.
I bet your parents didn't want the same for you. They didn't want you to watch TV.
But it's different. because I was planning out every day of my life. And
I don't know. To me, it's the same.
really, what I try with my kids is the same. They don't have iPad from Monday to Friday, and on Friday and Saturday they have only a bit of time at the iPad. So there is nothing of devices at all. If you want to play, you play. And you play with Lego, like here, or you play with puzzle, or you play with whatever thing, or you play basketball or football. This is what you have to do, You don't need to use classes like that. But okay, sorry, I am an old guy, maybe.
Sure. I mean, you can use nuclear power to build bombs or build plants. So there is always a good and bad for any technology. It does not mean technology is bad.
And batteries, no? You told me the other day, no?
Yeah, which you also hate because it seems like whatever new is bad. Did you see this, Leo? I told Pablo because apparently Chinese company invented a battery that will last forever. Okay, not for like 100 years, a battery, but like a small battery you can put in a smartphone forever.
A nuclear battery.
A nuclear battery which does not radiate, so it's safe. And you can have unlimited battery. And Pablo told me, oh, it's so bad.
No, Kirill, I told you that I don't believe.
Come on, it's unlimited battery. The first reaction when you hear something like there is unlimited battery, you should say,
no, safe.
Fuck, it's so amazing to have unlimited battery. Don't say, oh, but it will kill my balls. There is unlimited battery, Pablo. Like, be excited. There is a battery in your phone, like your phone will never die. You can put one battery in every device in your home, and that's all electricity for all of your lifespan. That's incredible. Even if this particular model, again, first model is all the flaws because there will be new batteries which are even better. Even if this one radiates a bit, the second version will not radiate at all. So there will be a real, fully unlimited, safe battery. And that's new technology. For sure, you can put these batteries into a pistol. You can have like a nuclear pistol or something like this. But in the end, it's an unlimited battery.
Let me just put one final thought on Apple Vision Pro, and we move on to another topic. I remember many years ago, Google tried with a Google Lens to create some similar product, and it flopped miserably. And there were the same concerns, there were the same discussions, how it will reinvent things, but it was poorly developed, it was poorly implemented. And now Apple basically reinvented this. And I think, like, as I started with it, like, Apple reinvent things. And after Apple releases their VR headset, everybody will be able to jump into this bandwagon, and this is the time where we will see the real and actual expanding of virtual reality devices, and this is when this industry will start to evolve, and in 10 years we'll be at the same level as mobile phones, and they will be just as advanced, and everybody will be using them. That's my final thought on this. And speaking about nuclear power for good and for bad, and there is one bomb that exploded a few days ago, probably yesterday or 2 days ago. Speaking about WeaveWorks that announced they announced their shutdown, and I witnessed a number of waves on the water in this industry. Everybody talking and discussing this, how this is bad and how this is not so bad because people are not using this. And I've seen in some cases someone entire infrastructure was relying on WeaveWorks. What do you think about it? How this will impact our field? And for those who don't know, if you live under the rock, I don't know, like WeaveWorks is a tool that focusing on cloud native development tooling, and they were like Kubernetes management system, and now it's dead.
I think there are two letters here. One is the technical letter that about what happened with the SaaS this 2023 and beginning of 2024, why many SaaS are coming down. Because if you check, for example, the number of employees in this company, they jumped from 150 in 2022 to 40 the day that they announced that they are going to close. Why? What is the crisis in the SaaS? Because the SaaS is something that exploded 8 years ago, and everyone moved to the SaaS, and now there is a little crisis or a big crisis, depends on the company. For this company, it's a big crisis. What happened in this SaaS? Why companies are using less and less SaaS, and why they have less and less customers? Because maybe the problem is that there are so many. This could be the problem. And the second letter is the economical letter. Why this happened really is because, they requested to venture capital 60 millions in the last years. And even in the last 3 years, they get 40 millions plus 25 millions in sales, so 65 millions. And in 3 years, they spent 65 millions. So what they did with the money. So this is the problem, too, because even if you have 100 employees, because now they have 40, even they have less, it's more or less 10 million if you pay 100K for each one, as an average. What they did with the other money, with the other 60 millions or 30 millions or 20 millions. This is the two lectures, because it's difficult to have these kind of companies, because if you want to grow, you need to spend, and you are not making money. And these days, there are many companies that want to be a company, not to make profit and to generate something. There are many companies that they want to be in the market only to get another company that buy this company. And this was what could happen, because AWS, for example, it was one of the owners of WeaveWorks. And Microsoft too, if I remember, maybe Microsoft is wrong, or IBM, but AWS is one of the owners. And they were waiting the last second to be bought by another company. They never say the name of the company. And at this last second, they say, no, we are not going to buy you. So then could be the case that, I want to make money selling the company, and I didn't want. So see you, bye your employees. I don't know. It's something that with the latest post from the CEO, we don't have more information.
It was the same case with Terraform, if I'm not mistaken, because they had the open source that will still work with open source, and everybody still can support it. And then they had their paid services, and basically what is shutting down is the paid part of the company.
No, nothing like that.
Because you cannot shut down open source.
No.
No, with HashiCorp, they just changed the license. So nothing happened to the company itself except the reputational damage.
Exactly.
But they just changed license.
No, I mean, they are striving. Everything all right with them, with those. But WaveWorks, they didn't manage to put their paid services to a higher ground and to make it work, and that's made them shut down.
The good thing about WeaveWorks, by the way, I just noticed they shut down their website, and I also noticed that thanks to automation, if you go to their Twitter account, they keep tweeting every day like nothing happened. So they have some social media automation to post to Twitter. So you have the
yes, I didn't see that.
Yes. Because I go to the website, if you go weave.works, it just doesn't work anymore. If you go to their Twitter, they're like, oh, we have this policy engine, follow the link to learn more. And then you follow the link and it's not working. So they have some like HubSpot or similar tool still running, but the website is shut down. The good thing about WeaveWorks is that all the important, and that's what HashiCorp didn't do, or now they did forcefully, or someone did it to them, is that they not only open sourced their project, they ensured how's called like continuity of people maintaining this. So like Flux CD, probably the biggest, most important project of WeaveWorks, is now it's like an independent open source project that is part of CNCF. So it's basically been developed for money of the sponsors of CNCF as a whole. So like Google, whatever, Amazon, Apple, etc. Apple, I think Apple as well. So like whatever 100 companies just give money to CNCF, and then Flux survives because it's this truly open source project maintained by Foundation. Same for EKS-CTL. Actually, I learned last week that EKS-CTL, this most popular tool or one of the most popular tools to create Kubernetes clusters on Amazon, which was actually from WeaveWorks. And earlier last year, they announced that now EKS-CTL is moving to a different GitHub organization, and now it will be maintained not by WeaveWorks, but WeaveWorks. I want to say WeaveWork, like all the time, not only by WeaveWorks, but also by AWS, and again, some kind of group of people dedicated to this project. So it's good. Bad that company went bust, but good that all the important open source projects, they seem to be in good hands for now, because they is a part of the foundation or they are maintained by some bigger company like Amazon. And in case of HashiCorp, this thing was that they said, no, now this is ours. So it's like it's open source, but it's not really open source. And then people got pissed off, created OpenTofu, and now OpenTofu is part of CNCF, but no one is using OpenTofu yet. And HashiCorp, yes, they got reputational damage, but then everyone still uses Terraform.
So basically nothing bad happens to Flux, and those who used it, they can continue using it, and they won't feel or be affected by the news. Because I read a number of posted topics. Oh, we are using Flux. What we are going to do now? RIP to us. What will happen? Should we switch to Argo? Argo is better than Flux. Or Flux is better than Argo. What we should do? Oh my God, panic. They're right? They used Flux and they will be able to continue using it.
If they use, the Flux is open source and it's part of a different organization now. So it will not disappear. The current version.
Okay, then who will be affected by WeaveWorks shutting down?
The employees first.
I guess all the custom.
Of course, employees. I mean outside the company itself.
The customers of WeaveWorks, whoever used their product, whichever this product was. I never saw the product from the inside.
You need to imagine that the last year, 2023, was the best year, and they made 12 millions. So if you made 12 millions, that means that you have a big number of customers. So all those customers, they lose the product that they were paying.
Yeah, basically what happens is that imagine you have a big infrastructure that is based on products from WeaveWorks, and now your employees, your platform team has to suddenly move everything to somewhere else. Again, I wanted to check on the website what their products are in particular, because I always forget, because their website is always confusing. But I don't know, imagine they have like a dashboard for Kubernetes clusters, among other things, to navigate what's inside the cluster. And now if you paid for this dashboard, now you need to migrate to some other dashboard, which is not a small thing, because it means that you need to find a similar software as a service you need to deploy yourself, and then you need to connect this new solution to your single sign-on. So you need to move all the permissions, all the grouping, etc., to this new tool and make sure all of this works. So it's like a whole stream of work for your platform team all of a sudden, because they run out of money.
So you need to imagine that the price that they have in AWS marketplace, but it's okay, so it's the same price, at the end. The paid price that they have is $1,500 per year. So more or less, if you calculate rapidly, they have more or less 10,000 customers. So there were 10,000 customers using this tool. Okay, 8,000 customers. So this is the 8,000 customers, they lose the company, they lose the services, plus the 40 employees that it was the last day of the company. Plus, for sure, all the venture capital that they put the 36 million in 2011, plus the other, 2021, plus the other people who put money in 2017. And all the people that put money year by year in the company, This is the people who is losing. And the CTO and the CEO, all the people with the stocks, no stocks, but okay, internal stocks, that they don't get any revenue for that.
I'm surprised that there was no acqui-hire of WeaveWorks so far, because the logical next step is that Amazon just purchases people. The products they don't care because they have their own products on Amazon, but because WeaveWorks was so EKS focused, it would make sense that Amazon just purchases. Maybe they will hire people from there.
But you need to imagine that if you're making 12 millions in 1 year, and in the last 3 years you spend 65 millions, more or less you have a minus 15 per year. And if they want to grow, I had to imagine that the problem with this product was that it's not, the model that they were using is not valid, and it's a company that it was losing at least 1 or 2 millions per month. So at the end, you are going to acquire a company that is doing something that maybe you can do in different way, and you need to pay every month 1 or 2 millions, because even making 12 millions, the record, you're losing 2 millions per month or 1 million per month. I think this is one of the biggest reasons, because I had to imagine never was acquired. Plus, maybe the venture capital, the people who put money, says, okay, I want my part first. Because when you are acquired by venture capital, you are the first one who get money in case that someone buy the company. But yes, it's strange.
So you have some crazy pricing, if I see it correctly here. They have for Weave GitOps product, the price here is telling $0.03 per pod. So that's like $21 per month per one container or per one pod in Kubernetes,
Wow.
Which is an enormous amount of money if you have. Because the pod itself, in this case, costs like $2 per month.
I don't know. I had no time to check the price models, because when I wanted to check it, it was closed. And now you cannot go to the web.
That's from AWS Marketplace. That's, I guess, the only numbers we can look at right now.
Yeah, and it's from the pricing model to how they used the investments. It feels like it was heavily mismanaged company, because they had like 10 million revenue, and they can afford to keep a staff of 50, the fully loaded cost per employee. And then they raised 30 millions more. Of investments sometimes ago, like 3 years ago or something. And if you calculate the spendings and losses, they've been spending almost 1.5 million a month running a company, and all of a sudden they run out of money. So the pricing model matches this things that happen inside. But I guess we will never know what happened in reality there.
But you need to you check the number of employees in the 2022 and today. Okay, today, no, maybe 3 days ago. You check that is really going down. So I have to admit that in 2020, 21, after the COVID, they discovered, man, we employ a lot of people and we are not going to make money, because the problem is always, this is not my money. It's the money that the venture capital gave to me. So then I'm going to hire 200 people. Who cares? I will go to another 10 to get more money, and I will get another 30 millions. But maybe they try and nobody wanted to give another 30 or 40 millions. And then the only way that they have to do is start to reduce the amount of employees. But if you check, as less number of employees, they were able to make more revenue. So it was in the good direction, So less people, more money. The only problem I had to make is that the amount of expenses that they had no idea. Because the cost per customer, maybe it was high, it's something that they only know that.
How to spend too much money? Who knows? Okay, guys. I think that's about it. For today, we're speaking for almost an hour already, or even more than an hour. I would love to hear from those who listens to us. What's your opinion on WeaveWorks shutting down? Is it affecting you? What's your story with this company? And what's your opinion on Apple Vision Pro? Are you excited about it, or you are not so happy, just as Pablo, about it? Send us your concerns, your ideas, and you may just as well send us email in reply to our bi-weekly MKDev Dispatch newsletter, and just let us know what you're thinking about. And we will see you and hear you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye.
Adios.
There are no challenges that we couldn't overcome. Whether it is immediate infrastructure problems or planning a future project, we won't simply answer your questions. We become a part of your team to help you complete the mission. Our solutions consider the interests of your business and the combined expertise of the industry, as our staff is made up of more than a dozen experts in different areas who share decades of field-tested experience and knowledge with you.